I want you to tell me which one you think is the odd one out. I've numbered the rectangles just so you can tell me, but I also want you to tell me why you think they're the odd one out. So have a look at the colors, have a look at the shapes, the backgrounds, outlines, anything you can see in um this little these rectangles here. So just put down maybe number one and what you think, or number two, and just remember to tell me why you think it's the odd one out. Um, and you can do that in the chat. So again, if you're having trouble finding the chat, there, there is a little bar either along the bottom or top of your screen. It says stuff. It'll have like different options and buttons you can press. So if you want to click the chat, and then you can type in your answer. So which one of these you think is the odd one out? There might be a few that are the odd one out. That's the great thing about these questions. Each one is right. So if you think that number one's the odd one out, you could be right. Just let me know why you think that. Same for 2, 3, or 4. They all are the odd one out for different reasons. And I'm just going to read out your answers as they come in. So we've got, and just remember to let me know why. So Owen is saying the square because it's orange. Good man, Owen. JD is saying number 3 because the background is green. Very good. Oh, super. Emily's got her thinking cap on this morning. She's gone for number 4 because it has no angles. So all of the other shapes have an angle in them, but this circle does not. Good job, Emily. Super. Someone is saying the number 2. Yeah, sorry, the square because it's orange. Again, Florence is saying no corners as well. Very good, Florence. Roman saying the number 3 because the background. Very good. Let's see what else have we got. Okay, super. We've got a lot of the ones on this. Another one to note, the outline of this shape is green. The rest of the outlines are black. Okay, let's move on to, I like these letter ones. So we've got these letters here. So the odd one out. So have a look at these 3 letters here. And you can think about these in loads of different ways. Why do you think each one of these is the odd one out? So put in your number or the letter, you can say the letter or number, and why you think it's the odd one out. So pop it into the chat. So keep the answers coming in through the chat. So again, if you can't find the chat, it should be either along the top or bottom of your screen. There's a few different things you can click on. You might have different emotes and stuff like that. But one of the options is chat, and you can click on that and you can type in your answers. So tell me which one you think is the odd one out and why. The why is very important. I'm getting some very impressive answers so far. So we've got, let me see. Zach is saying, number 1, because the letter is white. Very good. The A is A white, but the rest of them have black letters. Katie, good job, Katie. Katie is saying, number 4, because it has a red outline. Very good. And let me see, what else have we got? Vivian, super answer, Vivian. So Vivian is saying, C, because it's the only one with a curve. It's the only one that has a curve in it. If you look at that there, that C has a good curve on it there, whereas the rest of them all have straight lines. They might be going diagonal, they might be going horizontal or vertical, but they're all straight lines, where C has a curve. Great stuff. Florence saying number 4, red outline, super. Good stuff. Nicole's got a few answers in one. Good job, Nicole. White background because of the green. Corners, very good. Curved. Loads of great answers there. Just if you're, let me see. Can you? Okay, so just in in case I'm getting anyone's names wrong, I can't seem to change your name. Sometimes I can, but I can't seem to right now. So apologies if I'm getting your name wrong. Actually, I think I can change it now. So Francesco, I think you're saying your name is Ada. So I'm going to change it to Ada. If that's incorrect, let me know. So if you see your name is coming up as something that it shouldn't be, let me know and I'll change it to your real name. Okay, we're going to do one more of these and then we're going to get into some word problems. And I should say before we move on as well, guys, we are going to be doing a Kahoot as well at the end of today's class. It's a shorter class today. It's just a little bite-sized class. And another thing I forgot to say, well done for showing up today. Super job. Not easy on a Monday morning. Well, not Monday lunchtime now. And it's quite wet where I am, which doesn't help the motivation for doing some maths. But well done for being here. We'll hopefully make it really enjoyable for you. And hopefully we'll see you again for the rest of the sessions tomorrow and the day after. Let me see a few more name changes. I'll just sort them out there now. So Esther, you're saying your name is Richard. I know you could be using someone else's laptop or phone or anything like that. So completely understandable that people have different names. Maria, change that to Oshin. And while I'm changing names, I'm just going to show another odd one out. So here we've got a different type of one. So there are the 4 options. Let me know which one of these you think is the odd one out and why. So important to say, explain why. Clodagh is real. And Sandra is Alana. Okay, super. I got a few more name changes in there, and I can see more people's answers coming in. Super. And just while the answers are coming in, guys, so these are not, I did not make these up. These are part of the new maths curriculum. You might have started it last year in school. If not, you'll be starting it this year. So the new primary school maths curriculum, and these are to help people figure out some problem solving skills and figure out how different people's brains work. Different people see different things in these shapes, and everybody is right. Once you can explain your answer, you are right. So let's go through what answers have come in through the chat. So one, because it has a purple background, very good. 2 is a moon. Number 1/4 is a fraction. Yeah, very good. So number 4 is a fraction, whereas the rest of these are pictures or shapes. Sorry, shapes is probably a better word to describe them. So they're shapes. And then this is a number. 1/4 is a number or a fraction. Purple background, very good. Number 4, because the others are. Okay, yeah, so Zach's saying number 4 because it's the only one that it's a quarter, the rest are thirds and halves. Another way you can say that as well is that number 4 is the only one that does not have a half in it. Number 1 has a green half. Number 2 is cut in half. Number 3 is cut in half. Number 4 is quarters. It's not halves. Very good. Number 3, because it's the only one that has a point. Very interesting, Katie. First time I've ever heard that answer. So well done. I've done this with lots of different classes. It's the first time I've heard that answer. So super thinking by you. The little point down here at the bottom of the heart. All the rest of them are kind of rounded shapes. Very good. The heart. Very good. Okay, super. Really good stuff. If you have 1 or 2 last ones to put in, you can pop them in. We're going to do another one of those later on. But right now we're going to move on to some word problems. And word problems is what our Kahoot will be on later. So we'll have a good go at these word problems now. So first one, that's the easiest one to start with. Actually, I might start with a different one. Yes. So We're going to start with this one. We'll go back to the other one because it has multiplying in it. I want to start with this one. So it says, Pat the carpenter had 1,000, I'm going to underline this, 1,346 nails in one box and 2,062 in another box. If he buys a new box of nails, how many nails has he now? So before we even start this, I want you to let me know in the chat now, are we adding or are we subtracting? Are we adding or are we taking away? Let me know which one you think it is. So have another read of the question yourself, and then let me know if you think we need to add or subtract for this question to get the answer. So it says, Pat the carpenter had 1,346 nails in one box and 2,062 in another. If he buys a new box of 3,758 nails, how many nails has he now? Super. Loads of answers flying in. Loads of people saying the right stuff. Adding, plus, whatever way you want to say it, addition, all of you are correct. We are adding. So to start off, we're going to take what he has at the start. So this number, 1,300, oops, it's a very sloppy tree. If you can read any of my writing at any stage, please do let me know. 1,346 plus 2,062. So that's the first step. You can break it into two steps, or you can do it all in one step, whatever you like. Once you add up that answer, you're then going to add the nails that he buys new. So 3,758. When you've added that up, that will be your answer about how many nails he has now. So add those two up. So 1,346 plus 2,062. And then add on the 3,758. Okay, good stuff. Good stuff. Look to be, the answers are coming in. Rasa, maybe just take one quick look at it again. So you're nearly there, just small, another look at your answer. And great stuff, answers coming in. If you do make a mistake, guys, please do not worry. I think that mistakes are actually great. You can learn from your mistakes. And if you make a mistake, you might remember the next time. So don't worry about making any mistakes in my classes. Great stuff. Can see more answers coming in. JD, Nicole, Owen, good stuff. Margaret, Aveen, good stuff. Oh, actually, Aveen, just have a look there in your hundreds column. I think you just made one small mistake on that. Ella Rose, good stuff. Vivian, Alana, Nessa, great job. Great job, guys. So remember, it's all adding. So add up the first two numbers first, and then add up the number down here, 3,758. Okay, I'm going to add up the first two numbers now. And then if you didn't get it, you can try it again. Have another go at it. So 6 plus 2 is 8. 4 plus 6 is 10. Put down your 0, carry up your 1. 3 plus 0 is 3, plus 1 is 4. And then 1 plus 2 is 3. So 3,408 is the answer to the first part. Then try again. Then add on the 3,758. So 3,758 plus 3,408. So give that a go. I'll give another 30 seconds just for people to have a final go at it. And just remember to carry over your 1. Sometimes people maybe forget to carry a 1 when something adds up to more than 10. And if you don't get these, don't worry. It's all about trying your best, giving it your best shot. That's all you can do. So 8 plus 8 is 16. 0 plus 5 is 5, plus 1 is 6. 4 plus 7 is 11. And then 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. 7,166. Great job if you got it. If you didn't, do not worry at all. If you have any questions, let me know in the chat. Have a look back through my answer now and see. Can you see if maybe where you went wrong? Don't worry if you made a mistake at all. Even my maths is a bit rusty now after the summer break, so don't worry if your maths is a bit rusty too. But if you do have a question, if you're unsure, how did you like about a certain part, do let me know in the chat. And if not, we'll move on to the next question. Okay. And don't worry if you're not feeling too confident with your maths right now. Just try your best. That's all you can do. Okay, let's go back up to this question up here. Got a bit of multiplying in it. Maybe not everyone has done a lot of multiplying so far, so don't worry if you haven't. This question is a bit interesting. So it says, Jack bought 4 boxes of 6 eggs. He used 5 eggs to make a cake. How many eggs does he have left? Okay, so there's 2 steps in this question. The first step I've underlined in red. And then you've got the second step to figure out how much he has left. So, for the first part, Jack bought 4 boxes of 6 eggs. How will we figure out how many eggs he has in total? Let me know in the chat. Are we adding? Are we subtracting? Are we multiplying? Or are we dividing? To figure out how many eggs does he have? So it says he bought 4 boxes of 6 eggs. So he has 4 boxes. And there's 6 eggs in each. Do we need to add, multiply, divide, or subtract to figure out how many eggs he has at the start? And then, good stuff. Some people have got that there now. So the first step you're going to do is you're going to multiply. Oops, right in red. You're going to multiply. So you're going to multiply 4 by 6. There's 4 boxes of 6 eggs. So do the first step first. 4 multiplied by 6. I'll let you know the answer in a second. We'll just work through this nice and slowly. Make sure everyone's on the same page. So 4 multiplied by 6. And write down your answer when you get that. Then, when you get that answer, take 5 away from it. Because he used 5 to make his cake. So 4 multiplied by 6. What does that answer give you? And then take 5 away from it. And what are you left with? 4 multiplied by 6. If you haven't done multiplying, you can do adding. So if you haven't done multiplying, do 6 plus 6 plus 6 plus 6. That will also give you the same answer as 4 multiplied by 6. That answer is 4 multiplied by 6 is 24. 6 plus 6 is 12. Plus 6 is 18. Plus 6 is 24. 24 minus 5. So we'll do 4 minus 5. We need to, there's more on the floor, so we need to go next door. That's the little phrase I like to use. So we cross out our 2, becomes a 1. 14 minus 5 is 9. 1 minus nothing is 1. 19 is your answer there. Great stuff. A lot of people with 19 there. Good stuff. If you didn't get it, no problem at all. Let me know in the chat if there's any way I can explain anything to you, if there's any part you're stuck on, or maybe if there was a certain part that you made a mistake on. So, just to run through how I did it again, if anybody's a bit confused. So it said that Jack bought 4 boxes of 6 eggs. So he bought 4 boxes. Draw little boxes here. 2, 3, 4. So, and each one has 6 eggs. Just drawing a little diagram here. So I can actually just add up all of those numbers, which equals, right, 24. Or adding 6 up 4 times is the same as 4 multiplied by 6, which equals 24. So that's how many eggs he had at the start. Don't worry if you didn't get it right. No need to apologize whatsoever. I know everyone here is doing their best, which is great. So that's where I got my 24 from. And then he used 5 eggs. Remember, this is the second part of this question. He used 5 eggs to make a cake. So 24 minus the 5 eggs he used to make the cake equals 19. So that's what I was doing down here. 24 minus 5 equals 90. If anyone has a question on that, let me know. I can see the emotes flying in the chat. The thumbs up, the hearts, the celebrations, great stuff. Okay, we will move on. We are going to move on to the next question. So, and if you haven't, I can see someone there saying that they haven't got onto multiplying yet. That's no problem. So if you haven't done multiplying yet, you can use this adding method here. I know some people maybe just finished second class. They mightn't have done much multiplying yet, or any multiplying. That's fine. We'll work around it. And we'll just, here's a little way to do your adding instead of multiplying. Just a nice little way to just see how multiplying works. We're back to subtraction here on this question. So there were 3,476 passengers on a ship. At one port, 2,354 passengers got off. How many passengers were on the ship then? Just underline the 2 numbers there, make them nice and clear. So for this one, it's just subtraction. So take your time. I know we're subtracting big numbers here, but if you take your time with it and do it step by step, I have full confidence you'll get it. So 3,476 minus 2,354. We'll move on to our Kahoot probably in about 6 or 7 minutes. So keep going until our Kahoot. Great stuff. I can see the answers coming in. JD, Roman, Emily, Owen. No problem, Ada, if you haven't done multiplying yet. That's no problem at all. Don't worry about the multiplying questions. It's good for you to see them before you head into 3rd class, but don't worry about getting the answers. This one, though, hopefully you'll be able to give it a go. Everyone hopefully will be able to give it a go. It's subtracting. So once you take it step by step, start off with 6 minus 4, then go to 7 minus 5, and keep working through each part of it. Good stuff. I can see answers there from loads of people. Good stuff there. JD, Roman, Emily, Owen, Avi, Nessa, Ella Rose, Zach, Florence, Richard, Vivian, Margaret, Nicole, Rossa, and Ria. Good stuff. Alana. Good stuff. Okay. Just going to go through this question now. So just to explain why we're doing subtraction as well, in case anybody is a bit confused. No problem if you're feeling a bit confused. So this boat, here, little picture of it, has 3,476 passengers on it. And then the boat visits a port. And 2,356 of the 54 of the passengers get off. So that many passengers get off the boat. So they now have left the boat. And we need to find out how many people are still on the boat. So if we take how many passengers there were at the start, and we take away the people that got off the boat, the 2,354, we'll be left with how many people are still on the boat. And Florence, so it's going to be, this class is going to be on today, tomorrow, and Wednesday at the same time. So 1 o'clock, starting at 1 o'clock. And great stuff. So I'll go through the answer now. So 6 minus 4, 6 minus 4 is 2. And just don't worry if your maths brain isn't fully firing yet. I know you're still on your summer holidays. Mightn't look like summer right now, but you are still on your summer holidays. So don't worry if your maths is feeling a bit rusty. Just do your best. It's all you can do. So then 7 minus 5 is also 2. 4 minus 3 is 1. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So our answer here is 1,122. That is our answer here for this question. So there are 1,122 people still on the boat. Great stuff. If you got that question right, good job. Your maths brain is firing. And if you didn't, let me know in the chat now if there's anything I can help you with. If there's any reason, if it was just a simple little maths error, don't worry about it. That does happen to everybody. But if you have a question that you don't understand something about this, please do let me know and I'll help you out. If anyone has a question, you can let me know in the chat and I'll help you out there. And if not, we might move on to, we might do a problem, an odd one out and then do one more question and move on to our Kahoot after that. So if anyone has a question, let me know. Please don't be shy about asking questions. Really helps me teach all of you guys if you do let me know in the chat what you're finding a bit difficult. Okay. This one. This is what we're going to do right now. Yeah, Richard, we are going to play a Kahoot at the end. So if you haven't played a Kahoot before, it's quite fun. We're going to have 20-something people in the class. I say in the Kahoot, so it'll be good fun. No problem, Ada. No problem at all. So here we've got our odd one out again, and we've got 4 shapes. And I want you to look at each of the 4 of them and let me know which one you think is the odd one out and why. So remember, write down the number and then write down your answer. That's no problem, Aveen. That happens. It's all about practice, 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 practice. And sometimes it's about stepping back from the actual question and thinking, what are we doing here? So with the boat question we just did there, some people are getting off the boat. So there should be less people than when we started because 2,000 and something people got off the boat. So sometimes it's just stepping back from the actual question and thinking, does it make sense that this number is getting smaller if we're doing subtraction? Or the other way, does it make sense this number is getting bigger if we're doing some adding? So kind of after you get your answer, just kind of stepping back for a second and thinking, does this answer make sense? Does it make sense that my answer got bigger or that it got smaller? Good stuff. Okay, great stuff. We have loads of answers coming in. And again, if you have any questions, do fire them into the chat. So Ella Rose is saying number 3 because the background is green. Exactly right, Ella Rose. JD is saying number 4 because the outline is red. Good job. Florence is saying that. Oh, very good answer, Florence. So what Florence is saying here is that number 3 is the odd one out, the sphere, because it only has one face, while all the other shapes have multiple faces. So they have at least 2. That is a super answer, Florence. So the sphere only has one face, whereas a cube, cone, and cylinder all have more than one face. Great stuff. Vivian's saying, number 1, the square, because it doesn't have a curve. Super answer. It does not have a curve. All the other shapes, the cone, the sphere, and the cylinder all have curves. Great stuff. Your answers are flying, guys. I can barely keep up with them. There's so many. 3, green background. before because of the frame. Good stuff. Number three, because it has some green on the shape. Very good. Alana, very good answers. Alana is saying number three, because it has no flat faces, and then also the green background. Good stuff, Margaret. Different background. Good stuff. Loads of great answers. Super, guys. Super, super, super. Okay. You know what? I think we're going to go into. I think we're going to go into our Kahoot now. So before we go into the Kahoot, there is going to be, I think, 5 questions in this, and they're going to be on different topics. So, like, some people here might not have done multiplying or